I've got a red wine to warm us up today, and it is the Wente Cabernet Sauvignon Southern Hills. Now, I'm very familiar with the Wente white wines. When somebody asks me for a white weeknight wine, a deep, rich Chardonnay, I immediately say, well, Riva Ridge or Morning Fog from Wente. But the red wines I was not as familiar with until a couple weeks ago. I was reading this geeky wine magazine from Europe, and it had a list of California Cabernet Sauvignons under $30. Who knew? Because you know, California Cab can be really expensive. So I immediately printed it out and started looking for the wines. And the first one I ran across was this Wente in the grocery store for $18. Score. Okay, I brought it home and now I want to share it with you. So first of all, let's look to see where it's from. So it's from Livermore Valley, and Wente actually has property in Livermore Valley and Arroyo Seco, a little bit farther down in California. If you're not familiar with Livermore, if you look at the bottom or the end of San Francisco Bay south, you'll see over here is Livermore, and that's where Wente has 400 acres. So they're not a small landholder there. And by the way, a visit to Wente Vineyards is pretty incredible because they have concerts, they have dining, they even have a golf course. So put that on your list for wine travel when everything opens up again. Let's look at the color of this wine. So if we tilt the glass and look at the color, we see it's a beautiful ruby and it's very dense in color. And that, of course, is because the Cabernet Sauvignon grape has really got dense skin. That's where that color comes from. And I'm gonna swirl and smell it now. Oh my gosh, that aroma just jumps out to my nose. It is dark cherries, it's blackberries, it's warm baking spices, smells delicious and warming. I'm gonna taste it. When I let it run all over my mouth, it's got some nice acidity. I tell that at the back of either side of my tongue if my mouth starts watering. The tannins are good medium tannins. I tell that on my teeth, underneath my front lip, and it feels like I need to brush my teeth a little bit. But overall, I get a really balanced mouthful of delicious red wine that tastes a lot like what it smelled like: currants and black cherries and blackberries and spice. I'd serve this up a little bit chilled. I'd say maybe 20 minutes in your fridge before you serve it. You want it somewhere between 63 and 64 degrees, somewhere around there. If you drink your red wine too warm, all you're gonna get is tannins and alcohol flavor. And we like both of those, but not exclusively, right? As far as food pairing goes, I love their suggestions on their website. They say tomato soup, grilled cheese, and club sandwich. I'd also add a grilled burger, whether it's a beef burger or a turkey burger or an Impossible burger with maybe a piece of cheddar cheese on it, melty, yummy cheddar cheese. So that's what I'd pair it with. The last thing I want to tell you about this wine is something you may not know about wine in the United States. We only have to have 75% of the grape on the label in the bottle itself. So this wine is very transparent on their website. They tell you they have 76% of Cabernet Sauvignon, about 16% of Petit Syrah, I think it's 19%, and 3% of Petit Verdot. Definitely American blend, not a French blend, but that's great because this American blend tastes delicious. I'm Nancy Waldeck with Taste and Savor. I love sharing weeknight wines with you. And did you know that I have a newsletter called the Friday Four, that every Friday you get a better for you recipe and a wine pairing under $20. If you go to tasteandsavor.com, you can sign up for it, and you need to. Even if you're not gonna make the recipe, I give great wine tips on the newsletter. I hope you enjoy this wine this week, and until next week's weeknight wine, bye.